welcome to our Friday. Hey, everybody, let's try it again. Hey, let's play that song again.
We're actually gonna take a.
No, I'm joking, but
We're gonna do a third attempt at this, even Darren. I hate to interrupt, but I actually lied to you yesterday. I want to admit that to you in front of agents first. I told you last night that I have an IUL that we need to work on. I don't know what those words mean.
yep.
I don't know what those letters stand for. You've done something individually for every single agent here, and Becky has been there to support you the whole way. And so what we did is we decided as agents first, it's time to give back, and it's time to give you guys a break after some battles that we're facing. So we wanted to give this basket to you, which has included some Starbucks, some crumble cookie for Becky, which will be in your phone about 9:30, Becky. But also is a 2-night stay out in Norman, Oklahoma. There's a bed and breakfast with dinner included. Everything is paid for. Everyone here that you're seeing on the screen contributed in one way or another. If you choose to do this during the middle of the week, me and Todd are going to run the trainings and all the Zooms and make sure you guys are making money on your vacation.
Yeah, y'all are too good, man. Y'all are too
Make
good.
sure you guys had that. Thank you guys for helping and contributing the way you guys did to make this happen.
Dude,
How sweet.
you guys are incredible. What do I say? I don't even know where to start. Yeah, been kind of a crazy week. But had in my notes here. Thank you, Daniel, and thank you guys.
Darren,
Yeah.
one more surprise. Your bride is on here with us right now.
Hi. Really? What? I didn't know that. There's my girl.
Hi.
I didn't know you were on here.
Yeah, we didn't want her to miss it this morning either, because for both of you guys.
No doubt. There's my sweetie. I've 38 years been my sweetie. So I love you, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my class now.
Go get them. Go get them. If you guys turn your cameras on, that'd be great. I'd love to see you guys and see the smiling faces. These Zoom calls are. This is our CEO talk. It's our podcast, and believe it or not, this goes out, and we're going to be talking about how we're going to present to social media going forward. And we really want to promote our YouTube channel. And one of the things we do is we do this CEO talk. It's our podcast, and we promote it on YouTube. But how nice would it be if we're promoting this and everybody can see who we're talking to, right? Not just see a name. So going forward, if you can really do your best to be on camera, I think it helps, and just let people know that we're engaged, right? So we are. Thank you so much, Trish and Daniel and everybody here that did that. I know you had my back. This was a rough week in many ways. A lot of things going on this week, and it seems like I told someone early in the week I felt like Job, and it seems like, but God will never put more on you than you can take on yourself and you can handle. And I know where my strength lies, and my strength lies with my relationship with my Heavenly Father and with my family and my friends. And you guys are big. So one thing I wrote down is when the chips are down, and this was way before I knew anything of what's going on today, but when the chips are down, you find out who your real friends are, right? And that's the case, and there's proof in the pudding, right? Because we seen it happen this morning, totally unexpected. I wrote this down. You always heard the phrase "live life like there's no tomorrow," right? Now, normally when you hear that phrase, most people think that's a reason to go out and raise hell, right? To go out there and live like a wild man. But I look at it totally different. When I think of the words and that phrase, live life like there's no tomorrow, we know that there is a tomorrow, right? And if you know where your relationship is and where you're headed, there's a tomorrow. And if I knew that day was coming, don't you think that you want to live your life in a way that's pleasing to God and that you're doing the right things, right? I got a little plaque here, and it's crooked now. I think Daniel must have hit it. That says, "Do good, and good will come to you," right? Do good. That is my motto in life. People have told me over the years that maybe as a coach, sometimes I'm too nice, and can you be too nice? I don't know, but some people say, yeah, you can, but you got to be you. I say it all the time. You be you, boo. Don't be anybody else. You be you. The fact is, I'm going to treat people with kindness. I'm going to treat them with respect, and whether they give it back to me or not, who cares, right? Because I've got one person to know I'm accountable for. Treat people the way you want to be treated. and treat people with dignity and respect, and good will come back to you. I believe that. I believe it. Karma. I believe it's faith. I believe it's God's word. And I know that that's the way I'm going to run this business. I think of the name Agents First. God gave me that name. Believe it or not, this was ordained. It was like He said, dude, you're going to start a company. You're going to call it Agents First. And I think, what a perfect name for a company. But when I thought about it, I wondered, why has that name never been taken? Why has that name never been taken? Because the reality is, if you're going to name something that, you better believe in what you're saying. You can't call it Agents First and then take advantage of your agents. You'll get called on it day one. We've been called on it already, and we've had to make some changes. You've got to live your life like you mean it and say what you mean and mean what you say. Agents First simply is putting agents first. And they're the reason that name hadn't been taken. No one had let's just call it, no one had the balls to do it right. They call it Agents First and take care of their agents. But we're doing that here. And I think you're going to find that out in today's podcast. So thank you guys so much. I wanted to introduce Kat. Are you on today? Is Kat on? Say hi to me, Kat.
Yeah. Hello.
Kat has been sick lately. It's got a bad ear infection. You guys that are praying people, pray for Kat and keep her in your prayers. Kat came to me and started working with Agents First, and she brought on Alan McBroom and with Premier Financing, and they are a team. They work together as a team. The concept of Premier Financing, it was something that they worked together at a prior company, and they brought it together. We had Alan presenting yesterday, but I just didn't explain to everybody the relationship that Kat had in that presentation and going forward. So just know that when we're talking about Premier Financing, it's a big vertical within Agents First, a big vertical. It's going to take us to levels you never dreamed of, be able to reach clients we never thought of. But understand Kat is a big part of that as well. And you can reach out to her, or you can reach out to Alan, or you can reach out to me. We'll figure out who we got to reach out. But just know, so Kat, I'm praying for you. I hope you get better. And thanks for being on this call. I want to, Tommy, are you on? Tommy Singletary? He promised he's going to be on today. If you guys don't know Tommy, if you are, unmute yourself and say hi. If not, somebody that got his number, tell him I'm calling him out right now. I invited Tommy to get back on and come back. We are going to be starting health insurance. And Tommy had kind of got out of life and started working health. But he's kind of like that long lost son of mine. And I'm going to bring him back on and have him start working health with us. So Tommy, if you're getting this message, welcome home, baby. Glad to have you back. And you guys haven't ever heard Tommy talk. Oh my gosh, this guy's a character. He's great on the phone. Trisha, am I kidding? He's one of the best.
Like no other.
Like no other. Like we laugh all the time with him, but you wait till we get Tommy back on here and you start hearing him calling. One of the best telesales I've ever been around. So, all right.
Can I off beat? There's something on my mind.
Yes.
I've seen this and I'm probably a little late, but I gotta ask you, and I'm sure everyone is in agreement, the new logo.
Yeah.
So first of all, one question. I need to know what inspired you? Did you do that?
No. MJ
that was my team. It was actually my team.
That was Kat.
Yeah, it's my team. I had a team.
Okay,
so
I want to tell you something.
Yeah, it was a combination, but yeah.
I want to tell you something. I don't know the motivation, but immediately, maybe what you don't know is what that struck me, and still right now, is the shield of armor right there. And in Ephesians 6 this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so powerful. And then the Holy Spirit took me to another place and I said, that's not only that, this is a new season. We're going into this new season because what has happened, and God has not only cultivated in a new season for this group and for Darren, like he said, Job had to go through some things. to be able to be prepared for all of God's abundance that was coming. Okay. And we don't realize plucking happens right before the celebration. So I was so excited. And I thought today, what a powerful way, not only for this group of just protection. That's such a force and a surge, right? We're a surge of protection, but a client seeing that. We go to protect our clients, and what a powerful message without even the words that Agents First is coming to protect that family or that veteran. So it was very pleasing when I
love
saw
that you
that.
said that. That's literally when I was talking. So it's a combination of the Dannies and then Ryan Spiegel. He's probably on here too as well. We're just running through different things, and I was thinking we need the shield. We need to keep the Agents First trifecta, you know, the Trinity. So I love that you were just there. Yeah, that's
I
great
love
to
the
hear. Thanks,
the
Leanne.
color, the depth, the spotlight on it. It's so focused. It's so laser focused. It's the epitome of what we're doing. It's what Darren just said, doing good to others. It comes back all the days of your life. And God tells us that. And even provisionally, because we have a provisional father, I could go all day. But I really, really love that that is representing what we do and who we are. So good job.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good.
team. Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Danny's
that
and Ryan
spotlight.
too for making it so magical for me.
What's crazy is honestly, I thought MJ and Jane did that logo. I didn't know. So, Kat, congrats! Shout out to you guys too. And
Yeah, I
I
sent
don't
it to
know
Jane yesterday because I couldn't get it to work on Facebook for some reason. So I was like, Jane, post this.
that's
No, I'm so glad you finally did. I'm so glad you were able to change the Facebook profile.
I know Leanne was like, you need to change it and go ahead and put it there because I was nervous about putting it up and just like redoing it because of some of the feedback. But I'm so glad you guys all loved it. My team and I really worked hard on it, so I couldn't have done it without them.
It's so good.
We were raving about it at conference. Like we were looking at that. We're like, man, that thing is awesome. That thing is so stealth and slick.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. Well, thank
Good
you.
work. Good
Okay,
work.
guys. We got a lot to do today, and we got a big announcement coming on here in a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to shout out to a few people. Raiden, are you on? Yeah, there's my boy. So I sent Raiden a comical text the other day, but we won't talk about that one. But anyway, listen, he made his first sale. But I want to shout out. So go ahead, Jane, put on the Rising Star Award. I want them to see this. So I started something brand new I'm doing this week, and we're going to start doing this once a week. We're going to recognize what we call a rising star, right? A new agent that maybe made their first sale, they did their first presentation, whatever. But here we go, a rising star award, our very first one ever. It's going to Mr. Raiden Green. Give him a shout out, man. Pump him up, Raiden Green. Raiden, can you? I want you to share a little bit about. So you went out and DoorDash for like 2 weeks to raise money to buy leads. Is that what I heard? Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's correct. I made around, I want to say $2,000 in that time just door dashing. Just to have some money to sit on, but to buy a batch of leads as well.
Nice, nice. And what we're gonna do. So and honestly, I think you might have bought the leads before I was ready for you to buy leads because I kind of like getting people trained up a little bit more. But dude, I love your enthusiasm and you know I don't want to throw a wet blanket on a fire. You know when that fire is going, let's just go with it, man. And we're going to give you all the support in the world. And but you are going to be a rising star. If you guys haven't had a chance to even hear Raiden talk for a brand new agent. Literally, he has the tonality that from a master standpoint, man, he's really, really good. Great tonality. The only thing he's going to be working on is how to actually rebut, right? The rebuttals that goes with it, that just comes with more and more. I always tell people you get 1% better with every call. So if you've done 20 calls, guess what? You're only 20% good. You're not very good yet. You can get about 80 calls, then we're talking, you know, you might be B level, right? And then all of a sudden you get to 100 calls, you think you mastered it. Guess what? We start over. And so you never master it, but you get better each time. So Raiden, it's coming. Congrats, brother, on your first sale.
Thank
So
you, sir.
let's celebrate our promotion. What else you got, Jane? Oh, we did that one. Okay. Okay, let's see. These are guys who got promotions this month, right? Give it out. Shout out to Mark Howe. Micah Knoll. Micah is going to get promoted, get a raise. Anthony Miller is getting a raise. And Crystal Alkalani is going to get a raise. And I want to say Crystal maybe didn't have the numbers that everyone else is getting, but I'm going to tell you what, she's getting her raise because of her effort and work ethic, right? And sometimes you get recognized for things outside, and I'm going to recognize her. She has been doing these wills and trust meetings to the Choctaw Indian Nation, and going out on Saturdays and throughout the week, and going to veterans clinics, and just learning how to do that. And we're going to start getting in some big numbers once we understand how to really get in there and close these clients. But it's going to come. But we're very proud of her, and we're going to give her a raise this month as well. So shout out to you guys, and we love you, and thank you for all that. All right, so we've got some stuff to talk about. Did we have Miss Jamie on?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Sorry I took so long, but felt like we needed to get that out of the way. And so Jamie is our representative with our brand new health company that we've been telling everybody about. You did not want to miss this call. Now, this morning I kind of panicked because we really promoted this podcast, and I got a message saying Jamie wasn't going to be able to make it. And so I'm reaching out. Well, Jamie had a serious reason why. And Jamie, and so she said, well, Darren, I can be on, but I can't have my camera on. And she's explained all that. And I said, we don't care about cameras. We do, but we're going to give you an out today. Now, my agents on here that don't have their cameras on, not so much. You need to get those suckers on, but we're going to give Jamie an out. Jamie, tell us what happened this morning. Are you,
absolutely. And thank you so much. I was panicking myself because I didn't want to disappoint.
Yeah.
But sometimes life throws things at you, right?
You bet.
I have two nieces. I'm very close to them. One of them delivered a healthy baby boy 7 days ago. The second niece is due December 11th, and she's been having some issues. The baby is very small. She's about 4 pounds, and she is in premature labor. I represent my family. My sister can't be there because of her health concerns.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. I'm super excited, and just coming into your webinar, your podcast here, I feel like you're all family friends. That's sort of how we run our shop here. Everybody's family. So I apologize, I'm not on camera. That is one of the rules that we have as well. I've been known to kick agents off of a webinar if they won't show me their face, because
we have to, but we're going to give you now, Jamie, I'm going to ask you something.
Yes.
I see your Jamie Jones there, but I see a gentleman. That is, everybody knows that's not Jamie that I'm
yes,
looking.
I do not. That's not me. I don't have my picture. I didn't even think of that.
That is not Jamie, just
no. So the picture that you're seeing, the picture you're seeing is Thomas Yakupin. He is the FMO that I represent and I work with. So he was unable to take over for me as well. So I just made it work. I found a laptop. My niece actually had one, didn't know that. So I found a quiet corner and here I sit. But I'm super excited about it. I'm excited to tell you about the products that we have. I think as problem solvers, you'll see these as a valuable option out there, especially right now. So the products that we represent are Philadelphia American, New Era. Era Life is the parent company. Philadelphia American out of Houston, Texas is the issuer and underwriter of the policies. These policies are wonderful for quite a few things. Number one, they're medically underwritten. So yes, a consumer does need to medically qualify, but we're talking mostly the serious issues. Other conditions can be present, but they're medically underwritten, saving that 20 to 40% on those premiums, which I'm sure you're seeing right now look like mortgage payments for folks. And then they've got copays and deductibles to deal with, right? Our products pay from the ground up. Can you believe that? I mean, from the ground up, there's no out of pocket.
One more time. That was crazy what you just said. And that was the one thing, the reason I went and had you, get more information from what you just said, because we sell other health insurance and deductibles is a big deal. So say it again, what you just said.
Our products have no copays and no deductibles. They pay from the ground up. Okay, now I'll add a little star to that because once you take a look at the products, there is in fact a confinement deductible in some states. Our products are customizable in the amount of coverage that you offer per person per year and the amount of benefit. So they're completely customizable, right? Low premium, no copay, no deductible, no out-of-pocket max. In addition to giving the 20 to 40% off, that hospital confinement deductible only comes into play if your consumer is hospitalized, number one. Number two, and most importantly, that 1 day hospital stay, if that comes into effect, that deductible is taken from their bucket of money, if you will, their calendar year max, not their pockets. Okay. And the most expensive one is $5,000, but again, they're customizable. So for instance, we call it a bucket of money, 100,000, 250, or 500,000. I'm sorry, I've got hospital brain. 250,000, 500,000, or a million per person per year, right? So if the $250,000 consumer is hospitalized overnight, there is $5,000 taken out of that bucket of money for that year, and then it's refilled next year. Okay, so they don't dig into their pocket, and if it's not hospitalized, it never comes into play. Okay, so first dollar benefits. And another important thing is there is no penalty for the consumer, whether they go in or out of network. All right, we use Aetna's First Health Network, very large network provider. Your consumer gets the freedom to choose any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the United States. Imagine that, without penalty from the company. So when you look at our brochures, they're completely than everything else that you see out there. And yes, Leanne, if you have something you'd like to share on the screen, we can do that because I'm not prepared.
Yeah, so since you're at the hospital while you're talking, I can do my screen sharing, and then that way they can kind of see what you're saying. So it
Okay.
makes more sense to them.
Perfect.
Thank you, Leanne.
Perfect.
And I apologize if I'm kind of rambling on. It's just been a rough morning.
You got grace here, and so this is good. And then we're going to take notes. You guys put in chats, and we'll come back and address it. So if you hear her saying something, you want her to go back and tell you more about it, put it
Absolutely.
in chat, and we will go back. Okay?
Can y'all see my screen?
We can.
This is why Agents First is so awesome. Look, one person needed help and the other person just jumps in and does it. I'm like, love you guys. This is great. All right.
I feel the same way.
It's so good.
Yeah, and that's what a team is, right? You lift each other up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So products, let's go back to that. The network. So no penalty, right? In or out of network. Our brochures, when you see them, they're going to show you the amount of benefit we're going to pay at every level for all of the services. Oh my gosh.
So the easiest way to show the brochure is if we do the online application.
Or go to forms. Forms will pull them all up for you too. Either way, Leanne.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on.
Leanne,
in network, if a consumer, go ahead.
That's all right. Well, I didn't know you were going to jump in, but I was going to say, how hard is it to write an application? Is it fairly easy? Is it very
so easy?
Medicare.
This is so easy.
So easy.
So there's no additional training like there is with Medicare with these. You need to have a health insurance license, you have to have errors and omission, and you have to have the will to want to solve problems. And right now, look out. Everybody's looking for alternatives, right? Yep. These are affordable. They give the consumer the protection they want and need without breaking the bank.
Yep.
Okay, so are you going to up a brochure, Leanne?
Yep, I can pull up a brochure. So does anybody want me to run them a quick quote? Because that's the easiest way to get to the brochure. The way I know it.
Go ahead.
Yes.
The sample plan.
That's what we want to do.
Okay.
We want to run a quote. And
who wants the quote?
I do.
Trisha, what's your zip code?
Compare your rate.
342.
34. We're going to hit change. And we got Sarasota.
It's Venice, but is that the county?
Yeah, that's the county.
Yeah, it pops up as only Sarasota as the county.
Now, in this quoting software, based on that zip code you put in, it's going to give you options. If there's more than one county, it'll give you the options. Now, I do have to say in Florida, there are limits in Broward County, the company will not offer coverage right now because of high fraud. However, if you get to, if in your home states, legit businesses and good, honest businessmen, home office is so good at working with us. We have gotten exceptions to that rule for a group. Okay, so I'm not going to say it's out of the realm, probably individually, no. But if you come across a group, feel free to reach out. We'll ask, we've been so often under this organization and under Tom Yakupin that they listen to the agents. And let me just throw this out there. The fact that your name is Agents First,
Yeah.
exactly what Philadelphia American New Era Life believe, right? There's no call center set up. No one's competing with you. So no one can call there and buy the policy that's put out to the field. And I think that says a lot, quite honestly. The call center with an hourly rate and a Dunkin' Donut card for every policy you sell, that's crazy. They want to pay you, the agents, and they want to pay the most. They want to hear what you have to say. They listen to your feedback, things like that. So I think folks would be a great fit just based on this little bit of time I've spent with you.
Okay. Well, just go and get some pricing here. I want to see what these rates are.
Trisha, what's your age?
47.
Tobacco?
No.
Or you want to see this just for yourself? Or are we doing spouse, children?
Let's do, but can you do both?
Mhm.
Just to get an idea.
What's the age for your husband?
53.
Tobacco, no?
No.
So
What's the EST points? Just because I was wondering. Like you see, it says tobacco and then EST points.
That's estimated points. So if the consumer has a condition and you know that ahead of time,
Okay.
you can rate it up in the quote so that it's accurate.
No.
Okay.
So I know, like with my team, we normally do the Optimum Health Saver. That's the plan we normally go with.
Yep.
So
And
this is what.
That is the premier plan. I'll tell you the difference. The HSP Gold was our original, and that is the policy I own. After COVID, we saw a lot of use and a lot of rate increases. Now, that policy in particular offers 20 doctor visits per person per year. Imagine that. For a completely healthy person, they can go 20 times if they want, and 6 include chiropractor. But we also know the rates for that HSP Gold include 20 doctor's visits. And our agent said, hey, can we come up with something that's a little slimmer, a little better priced? So they came up with the Optimum. The same coverages, a little more affordable. We won't see any rate increases in this. It's going to be rate stable, and it offers, I believe, 12 appointments. So still plenty of appointments for someone to go.
Once a month.
Yeah. Okay. And so here, Jamie, go
Right.
ahead and explain this section here.
Sure. So the first options that you have when you're quoting a consumer is the calendar year max. This is that bucket of money I talked about. So you choose how much coverage per person per year on the policy. Then you choose that confinement deductible, and you can see it goes up to $5,000, but it comes out of the calendar year max, not your consumer's pocket, and only if they're hospitalized overnight. Okay. That money is refilled next year.
Yeah. So
So
we'll do the, I'm going to do the one that Sam and I normally do for everybody.
Okay.
So this is kind of what we normally do. And so this is what your premium would look like, Trisha. $232.71 for you and your husband.
For the family?
For applicants. The husband is what we have for $232.71 each person, male and female, each person here gets a bucket of $250 for the entire year. Now, Jamie, I did have a question on this. Does this January 1st of every year, or is it the anniversary year?
I believe it's every calendar year.
Calendar year. Okay. So January,
I'm sorry. So Leanne, can you break down what 250,000 means to the consumer? And then also the calendar year confinement, when you say that, does that mean like if you go to the emergency room, they decide to admit you, is that a confinement, or does that mean long-term confinement?
No, just if they're in the hospital overnight.
Okay.
Then they pull out that 250 from the bucket. So basically this calendar maximum 250. So each one of you will get your own bucket of money.
Right.
of 250,000. So every time you go to the doctor, so now let me pull up the brochure to explain this part of it. So,
Thank you so much, Leanne.
of course.
Now that help me clarify. 232, would that for per person or were that her?
No. That's
No.
for the whole family.
That's just blowing my mind right now, guys.
That's the premium, you guys.
I quoted this yesterday. Todd was on there with me, and I quoted, and it was almost $1,200 for what we just quoted for $200 and 30.
Yep, that is true.
Oh,
So basically, every time you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, you like, if you were to go into the hospital, the moment they say, Trisha, we're admitting you, $1,000 drops into that bucket. So you have your own bucket of 250,000 that will supply you for the year. And then when you go into the hospital, so that moment you walk into the hospital, you get your own little daily bucket, I should say, or visit bucket. So they'll pull, huh?
Yes, it's a daily benefit.
The daily, yeah. So then what they'll do is they'll go into that bucket of your 250 that you have. They'll pull out $1,000 and drop it into that daily bucket. So the moment they say you're admitted, $1,000 drops into your daily bucket. The moment you've been hospitalized for 24 hours, they will drop in $3,500 out of the 250,000. They pull it out of that bucket, drop it into your daily bucket. Okay. And so on and so forth. So the moment, like the longer you stay, it's additional more money, whatever. And then if you have to go into rehab, nursing home, and like literally all of these prices that you see here is the amount of money that they pull out of your main bucket to put into your daily bucket. Then afterwards, what they do is once you've been discharged or whatever, or your doctor visit is you know walk out of your doctor's office for the day, they will send a bill over to New Era, Philadelphia Health Plan, whatever. They take a look at that bill. They will look at it, reprice it, negotiate it down. So like, let's just say the easiest one I know how to like explain would be the doctor visit one. So I think
that was up a little further up high.
I was like, I went too far, didn't I? Because I was just going on. Okay, so like, let's say I go to the doctor's and the bucket puts $80 for my doctor visit. I just walked in and New Era. So like, let's say Jamie calls Dr. Smith and goes, hey, Dr. Smith, we know that you saw Leanne and you charging whatever you're charging for a 10-minute visit is outrageous. You know, let's negotiate, let's free price this down. So let's say the doctor is willing to accept $40 for his 10-minute time with me. They will take $40 away from that $80 that they dropped into the bucket and they pay him within 30 days. So they're not having to go through this whole CPT 10 code, diagnosis code, all of the rigmarole and BS that they go through just to get paid. They get paid instantly. And then
So
money.
let me ask you this. Are they, are they readily to negotiate, or is it something they have to arm wrestle?
The negotiations are already in place. That's already done. We're not doing that on the daily.
Okay.
That has been negotiated with those in-network facilities. And we know that a 1-unit plan is a skinny plan, but I've seen a consumer 6 days in ICU get a check back after his bill was reduced from $42,000 down to $9,000, which is where the shock and awe comes in the healthcare industry. If the bill is $42,000 for that gentleman, but he has a good network, so they're going to reduce it down to $9,000. Why don't they just charge $9,000? Now you have another consumer that goes in with the same condition, 6 days in ICU. No one's got the same bill for the same service.
Right.
So not only did Philadelphia American pay his $9,000 bill in full on a 1-unit plan, he got a check back for almost $6,000, and I have that info because that's how much benefit was left over. We are required to pay what this says. It's not going to change, more or less.
Wow. Yes, so like a doctor's visit is $80, and let's say the doctor accepted 40, like it's already allocated. $80 allocated for the doctor. They've already negotiated the price down. Let's just say $40, because we all know I do not do math. So 40 minus 80 is $40 left. So then that will get a check in the mail for whatever's remaining. So they'll get a check in the mail for $40. So it all adds up. So like
I've been super interested since Darren talked to me about this a couple days ago. So
this is what I had talked to you about too, Trisha.
It's that I guess I needed this breakdown because I think that my biggest thing is I don't have any issues really, but Rich had 2 heart attacks within a year. And so my question is, like, there's got to be a restriction someplace, or is this like on that level of healthcare, like as far as someone going through something like that, is he still a candidate? If he is a candidate, does it some place, or you get 1 heart attack a year? Like, how does that work? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
unfortunately, he would not qualify. Now, if he was on our plan, we package sell. So this is a hospitalization plan. We have a critical illness that pays cash upon diagnosis, heart attack, stroke, cancer, the amount of benefit that your consumer purchase. So if he has this policy and the cancer policy, his health plan is going to take care of his hospitalization, inpatient, outpatient, chemo, radiation testing. Critical illness will send them a check for the amount of benefit that they purchase, and there is no rules or regulations on how they spend that money. So whether it be to keep a roof over their head, go for alternative treatment somewhere, they can do that. And I think the cost is minimal really for that, and it pays more than once. So had he had the policy, the second heart attack, he would have gotten another payment. We also have a specified disease that's a wraparound plan.
Yeah.
The bigger the bill, the bigger the benefit on this one. And it's not available in all states, but we do have products in 32 states. It's non-captive. You can represent as many states as you're licensed and appointed in. We're not going to assign any territories. These are a great alternative for the ACA. It's an option where most people don't have anything to go to. They're all saying, I might as well go without. And to be honest with you, in some states, you're better off. I'm near Pittsburgh, our local hospital. If you walk in and if my doctor says I need to go have an outpatient procedure or what have you, if I walk into the local hospital where I was born at 60 some years ago, they would offer me a 70% discount if they're going to bill me for it, right? If I happen to have a credit card or cash, they're going to reduce the price from what they charge the insurance down to 80% off. If you have a copay, deductibles, consumers are better off going in cash pay.
That's amazing. Leanne, I'm gonna this. You know, can you take him off and put my 2 girls in there? I actually need to. I need this done. If you could,
Trisha, I'm not so sure that you said it was a heart attack, but there was a condition. But did they get a heart attack? Because they didn't have any stents or anything like that.
So his first one was a fibrillation, and the second one was a heart attack where he had to get a pacemaker put in.
Okay.
Which he still has, and then he's got a fibrillation ongoing now, and he's medicated for it. So,
okay.
So Trisha, this is what it'll look like for you and your 2 children. So you and 2 children, and it's $189.38.
Okay, so I want you to call me more then. Okay.
Now add the accident
Got
plan.
you.
Well, add the accident plan, Leanne. When you
So whenever we do this, we always add in, why is my catastrophic accident one not on here? I guess because it's not available.
And then my deductible for my confinement, see what it is at 1,000.
And like, I love this thing because you can play with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Nice.
And so we add in.
Okay, while we're doing this, put the dental? Can you click the dental is over?
Well, let's.
I have a way better dental plan than this one. I mean, I'll show it to you. But I do have
was that per person, that 189 or 233?
No, ma'am.
That was for the whole group. Okay, for the 3 people. Got it.
Yes. So
yeah, you have to take away.
So this would be the premium that's going to cost for these 3 people, the main applicant and the 2 children. And each 3 people have their own bucket of $250 for the whole year that will pay out for any medical services that happens. Like, it literally covers everything down to in-network, out-of-network doctors. If it's an out-of-network doctor, the processing is slightly different, but it's not that hard. Literally, you just take the bill, you upload it into your portal, and then you will receive a refund check within 7 to 10 days.
Okay, I just want to say this. This is ridiculous. This is such a blessing. I have been, Darren knows this, like when I tell you, I've seen nothing less than for $1,300 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you do, Trish. But it's shit coverage. Sorry.
Yes, it is. It is. Co-pays, deductibles, networks.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love the freedom if you're traveling somewhere
And you know,
That's an in-network
said
facility.
you said it's like that there's somehow to Aetna. Aetna
Aetna's
is
First Health.
so big in Florida for health. Like it's
It
known,
is.
you know what I mean? I see this like we we had coverage and there were every time we go they'd be like, who? And that's the last thing you want to
Well,
go have
I will
to
tell
a
you,
doctor they don't even
I will
recognize.
tell you ahead of time, consumers, there's so many insurance companies out there, right? But consumers are only used to hearing certain ones. And we have heard from agents in the field that the gatekeepers in the office, if a consumer goes in and says, I have a Philadelphia American plan, they say, well, that's not real insurance, or I've never heard of them. The key is Aetna's First Health. And we do have a provider search tab for agents. There is a provider search tab on our website with no login required. And consumers get their own portal with the company as well. So if they cash pay a doctor visit like I do, my HSP Gold plan pays $160 for an office visit. My girl's not in network. I didn't want to change. I just said to her, look, if I don't want to use urgent care, or I don't want to use telehealth, which all comes with the plan, how much would you charge me for a sick visit? She said $60. Deal. I write her a check for $60. I come in on my portal, I submit that $60 bill, and I get a check for $160 every time. By asking for the cash pay price. So educating your consumer where all this stuff and fluff is key.
So
Yeah,
I just if I may, what you're telling me, like if I wanted to get a primary doctor for the girls within the network of the Philadelphia American, when I'm calling the doctor, I should suggestively say Aetna's First Health is my
That's
so
the
they're
name they're going to recognize.
recognizable.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is, like I said, here's the provider search tab. So you can go in and you can create directories. When you're selling in one specific area or in your home area, what people are, you can create these directories and get them to the consumer. A consumer, let's say Aunt Sally isn't so tech savvy, right? She
We
doesn't want to
have
have to come on here and look at anything.
7,182 physicians in network with your
This
zip
is
code.
amazing. Amazing. Seriously. That's like
Okay, guys, I want to go off this and just talk to our agents on here, okay? Because we got 30 some odd agents on this call today, and I don't want to just kind of take over this. I want you guys to have the opportunity to ask questions,
right?
And go and know this. Jamie has made a commitment to Agents First to do a 1 day a week training. We're going to go on Thursday. So before we were doing other trainings on Thursday, we're going to start doing agent training on Thursdays. We are going to discuss a time. Right now, we're going to keep it at 9. But if that 9, you might want to move that later in the day. I'm going to talk to my managers, and we're going to come up with a time that we feel like it's better. Because I want our West Coast people to feel like they don't have to get up really early and try, like let's make it fair. So we might look at a time 10 or 11 o'clock on these days. We're going to be talking to our managers, come up with the time, but Jamie's going to commit to 1 day a week
Absolutely
to do a training. Fair enough?
Yes. Now I will tell
Love
you
it.
on Mondays at 11, I do a weekly agent training,
Love it.
11 Eastern. So
Maybe that'd be
if
best.
you're doing 11 your time,
That's good. That'll help. We can do that. But we also want our personalized training, and that's what she's going to commit to us.
absolutely.
So what about that? Okay, questions, guys. I know we got a ton of them, and unmute yourself and let's ask Jamie.
Well, how about this?
Daniel had a question earlier.
Yeah, I have the list.
Okay.
Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead. Sorry.
So do the benefits that you receive from that, does that count towards a premium tax credit? Like, do you receive a 1099 at the end of the year for all that? No. So it's like private health.
Not tied to income or anything, just to health.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just quickly, I see there's a couple of questions. The product is not available in Vermont or Connecticut, New York or New Jersey, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. We do offer it in 32 states. It is in California. Some states offer more products than others. And in the state of Maryland, for anyone that would be interested, there is a pre-existing condition on these plans, right? If a consumer comes on with a broken leg, they're not going to take care of the broken leg for the first year. They're entitled to a visit discount with the network discount, but there would be no benefit. In the state of Maryland, they didn't like that. So we went back to the drawing board, resubmitted our plans, and they made an adjustment in the rates, which is still very affordable. And anyone that admits to a condition on an application in Maryland, it is not considered pre-existing. The only state that way. Quickly, the products are available in group, individual, or family. Our products pay in addition to anything else they have. There is no coordination of benefits. So if you have an ACA consumer who's happy, maybe that's where they need to be, right? If they have children, you can sell them an accident plan that's going to cover them 24 hours a day, no matter where they are, work or play. There's a death benefit. There are ground and air ambulance benefits, loss of digits, fingers, toes, things like that, and an optional income replacement for someone who's injured and can't work, up to $300 a day for 30 days. Okay. It's definitely an ACA alternative. We're not like the other folks, and we know that. We, set the expectation correctly. A 50-year-old male doesn't want to pay for maternity coverage on an ACA plan, but he can't take it out of there, right? Consumers who are healthy don't need a 5-tier prescription program, right? And here's a very big thing, and I'm glad I just tossed this, appeared in my mind. Our products do not offer maternity coverage. For a lot of folks, that's no big deal. For other folks, it may be. So you want to keep that in mind. We do have a tool, fair pricing tool, the healthcare blue book, if you will. It's like the Kelly Blue Book for cars, but this is for healthcare. So for the shoppable healthcare, your consumer has the world at their fingertips as far as where they can go and what the prices are. Because Aunt Betty doesn't know that the 2 facilities that are all offering MRIs could vary in prices from $500 to $6,000. So educating the consumer is key there as well. And cash pay for labor and delivery in our area is $3,200. Could be divided up over a 9-month period. And if mom and baby get into trouble during that labor and delivery, the policy will pick them up.
Jamie, one of the questions was commissions. We don't talk comp levels here, but we will be discussing that in private meetings with managers and that. But no, it pays very well it pays above. So we do have other contracts with other health companies, and this one will pay better than any of the health companies we already have. So just know we're going to take care of you. Now, how does the residuals work after 12 months?
Sure. So let me just back up real quick on the commissions. They are very robust commissions, and they are a first-year commission and renewals. We will also, if you choose, you can take an advance on those commissions up to 6 months, or you can be paid as earned. That's entirely up to you. Month 13, these policies start paying a monthly renewal. The percentage does drop a little, but they do go on for up through 11 years. And you, the agent, own your book of business from day one.
And you get monthly, when you say monthly renewal, so at year 13, or month 13,
it starts a monthly, yep.
And then monthly, every month you're going to get that residual.
For every policy, yep.
So there you go. I didn't know yesterday how that worked. That's what I was wanting to hear. But it drops down to a smaller percentage. Every month you're building that. So you think about the power of getting paid every month on a policy that you sold today, and how easy are these policies going to be to sell? Especially, Jamie, if everybody's watching the news, and I know we are,
yes.
There's big changes getting ready to hit, and we are positioning ourselves for that.
And let me throw this in too, an extra little bone. We pay commissions twice a week. So if you're submitting business consistently, you can get deposits twice a week from home office, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Depends on the cutoff time when the first premium is withdrawn, but it's very simple to get that cash, not the cash, what it's all about, but solving problems and being paid for it and servicing your clients, changing lives, really. I was just talking to a young lady in our office upstairs. She sells, and she's a friend of mine. And she told me yesterday she had 3 clients, and every one of them hugged her when they left, because they leave here feeling lighthearted. Like, okay, most under 65 folks don't file a claim, but I've got the hospitalization, the, inpatient, outpatient, surgery, preventive care. It's all there. Mm-hmm. Boost that with a critical illness and or an accident. They're set for, it's a good option. Like I said, I own all the plans, including the dental. The dental isn't all that great or better than anything else out there, but I will tell you a personal story. And since you can't see me on video, I guess it won't come across as good. But when I first started working here with Tom 7 years ago, going on 8, I needed major dental work done. And my dentist wanted my $1,200 Delta dental benefit and $13,000. I needed a lot of work done. I was raising a family. I didn't put myself first. I never had it done. So when I came here, Tom likes to spoil everybody, right? He took me to New York City and we were at Tavern on the Green having dinner, if you can imagine. And I was suffering in pain, suffering in pain. And he said, Jamie, why don't we get you a Philadelphia dental? And this was, 2 weeks into the job, maybe 3 weeks. He says, you should get a Philadelphia dental. I said, well, how's it going to help me? Right. I wasn't entitled to any benefit being paid from them, but the minute my card was hot off the press, I printed it, called a dental facility right up the road from our office, like 3 minutes away, went in and got a quote. They offered to do the exact work for me, and I can tell you 500 times better in quality, I am sure, for $3,000 out the door.
And that's immediate. So that's the question a lot of people have is do I have to wait a year to use it? Because a lot of companies.
The dental is a graded policy, so yes, but that discount for anyone who's suffering from something, a cash pay discount can eliminate that problem for you right now, depending on what it is. I mean, 3,000 was still money, but I could have it, and I can smile now. You can look at pictures from the day before I had that surgery. I do not smile, and I've not stopped smiling since then. So, the products, if you've got something better to partner it with it, go for it. But they do offer these for you. So I just can't speak enough about the company. We're very much family, friends, first, agents first, always. We'll always be open, upfront, honest, and transparent with you. And I promise if you call, and I think Leanne will testify to this, if you reach out to me and you need something, I'm there. I work in the evenings just like you folks do. I know we have agents in California, so I try to be as accommodating and as available as I can.
Okay, and there are bonuses and prizes for selling. What do you get?
And trips. So the next contest is the 2026 Leaders Conference, and it is a 5-day stay for any agent that qualifies and their guest at St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I believe we'll have the entire resort ourselves. There's usually a couple hundred agents there. And then there is a special trip that is for the cream of the crop, the best of the best. They only take about 75 or 100 agents, and that trip will be to London, England. I've been to Venice, France. We stayed at the JW Marriott. I took my 13-year-old granddaughter to the south of France last year with them. And the flyer says, leave your wallet at home, and they're not lying. They're not lying. So 2 of the year. And there are also stacking bonuses, cash pay. So when you package sell a product, you have the option to earn, in addition to your commission, the amounts that Leanne's going to pull up here for you. So
yeah, once my computer wants to do it.
Yeah, it's Friday, right? In addition to your robust commission, if you package sell a health plan and an accident, I believe, or there's several different options, you're going to earn an extra $250. There's another option you can earn up to $500, and then so those are paid out. They have a schedule on here of when they're paid. I believe they're getting ready to pay.
Today was supposed to be
today for the last 30 days. So
here
there it is. So an extra $250 each health plan with a specified plan and a specified disease plan. In the states, we don't have the specified disease plans. If you sell an underwritten health plan, right? One health plan, and it's an extra $100. You're already getting paid on it, but why not? If you sell 10 policies, there's another $1,000 you just earned right there. And then if you scroll down,
is there a new stacking bonus plan? Because this one expired on Halloween Day. So is there a new one coming out that we're gonna
Yeah, it'll be a Christmas one. As soon as I get the email, they'll send it out. As soon as you're appointed with us, you're in line and registered for all this stuff. You won't need to do anything. Home office will track it. You'll have access on your portal so that you'll be able to see where your business is, what your bonuses are. And they've never missed a payday. I can tell you they're in Houston, Texas. They've been through hurricanes, nightmares, COVID, serious issues, and not once have they ever missed a deposit.
Wow. Guys, this is exciting stuff. We're going to, let's go ahead and take the screen off and we can see everybody again. Powerful, powerful. Guys, Agents First have the opportunity to work with us and do everything. Have you ever seen an IMO that offers so many verticals and so many professionals? I mean, like we go for anywhere from premium financing to debt-free or we're going to call it debt elimination programs. Veterans First, the Veterans program. If you're not plugged into that one and you want to get in there and really learn how to sell to a specific niche of people, that Veterans program is going to blow your mind. It's really taking off. We've got the mortgage protection with Todd and the Mark team that is the best mortgage protection trainers you'll ever find. We've got, guys, everything you got, the Kaboom Room with Daniel doing, you guys seen his numbers. Working with Cody Askins and their team, literally designing ad campaigns for us as we need them and giving us special deals. And now, on top of everything we just talked about, we throw in the best health insurance plan I've ever seen. And guys, I've done this for a bit and I've been looking, and you've seen the other thing that we with. Guys, I've never seen anything like this. At 1 o'clock today, I have a meeting with the guy that is going to be showing us something that no other IMO is offering. And it's a whole life trust program that your mind. And we're going to be brokering and deal with those guys later on today at 1 o'clock. That is nothing. No one is doing this stuff. We are at Agents First. If you know of agents who are struggling, or maybe they've just been lied to, and they need a place to call home, let's bring them home. Let's bring them home. Let's first. Guys, anybody can start making money now. You get this going. Who doesn't need health insurance, right? And if you're struggling with your sales or pitch or whatever, guys, this is not even a sales pitch. You don't sell this. You just simply order take. You're taking orders. And if you money here, so don't be able to hire agents, because we can get them on board and get them start placing orders, start making an extra $1,000-$2,000 a week doing this, and then we teach them how to do the other verticals, and you watch them change their life, and that's what's going to happen at Agents First, guys. Love you. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you. You will be praying for your niece. We know that God's got her in good hands, and He's going to take care of her. Thank you for being on this call today. Jamie, we look forward to every Thursday seeing from you and hearing from you, and eventually getting to hear from Tom, have you said?
Yeah, we're going to set something up. Maybe hopefully early next week we can all get together.
Can I ask one question before she leaves? Jamie, two questions actually. When you said the best of the best, like what are the top producers selling on a monthly basis with this?
My top producer is submitting 100,000 himself every week.
On his own pen.
On his own. One application at a time. That's not group either. We submitted almost 600,000 last week in production, and we're hoping to hit 1 million this week. We were very close.
I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone after this. Leads. Does your company provide leads? You have vendors?
We have leads. There's one lead vendor that we recommend. To be honest with you, we haven't found many lead vendors that are worth the money the paper the lead is printed on. It's a name and a phone number, right? I can provide lists of small businesses. We tend to stay in the 5 to 9 group, that I can give you all contact information, address, email, position at the company. We go through and cherry pick those. So as any agents that want those, and we have a very simple script. You call them up, you introduce yourself, doing small business quotes. May I ask you, sir or ma'am, do you pay for your own health insurance? If they say no, we thank them and move on, because they're typically not worried. If they say yes, the next question is, are you happy with what you have? And just shut up. And they're going to hit you with copays, deductibles, networks, blah, 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 blah. So, and then once you and coverages, it makes sense for so many people.
No doubt.
Thank you.
So leads we're going to be getting those from Jamie and them. They're going to get us those names for small businesses.
Yeah.
However, remember
I have an
this.
idea on that.
and we'll come back to it. We have a team, guys. Agents First, you're aware that we have a marketing team. That's what they do. And they build out advertising ads. And once we put together this, and now we have a partnership with Kaboom Leads and Cody Askins, who all we've got to do, and Tricia knows this because we built it out for Veterans First. We say, he'll ask, what do you want and how do you want it built? And we're going to go down there. They're the best marketing team in the country is Kaboom and Cody Askins. You don't think Cody Askins knows how to market? Mm-hmm. So we're going to sit down with him. I'll drive up there to Springfield, Missouri, and we're going to sit in his office, and we're going to build out a marketing campaign just for Agents First and health insurance. And so we got it figured out. In the meantime, what do? Social media, friends and family, and then get on the phone with these businesses and sell the ton of it off what we're doing right there. Not cost you a dime, is it? So, Todd, what do you have to say, man? I know you're excited. He's one of our top managers.
I am super excited. This is really good. And my question to Jamie is, hey, any additional states going to be added soon? I noticed you named the dreaded New England states where it's not. You didn't mention my state, New Hampshire.
No,
but
I'm sorry, no product there either. They don't want competition. States don't want to admit. I remember my first week here, I thought I was hot stuff, and we were placing Craigslist ads, right? This was 8 years ago. I came into Tom. I was so excited. I'm online. I'm putting ads everywhere, right? I picked New York City. He goes, Jamie, we don't have product there. I'm like, damn. But a guy called me from New York and said, they're going to call you and you're going to be arrested because you're not. I'm like, sir, it was a mistake. Let it go. He was really mad. So, yeah, I don't see them adding any other states, possibly New Mexico, maybe the only one. We had product and then they pulled out and I don't know why. I think that where we're at now is where we're going to be. California was a big deal, the South, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Alabama. Those are all great states.
Yeah, and we do telesales. Jamie, that's what 95% of what we do is telesales. So we're all used to doing this. So now it's just offering what we got to people and
right.
We have. So love it. Anybody?
Yeah, I have some customizable flyers too. We can put it's built. You can have it. You can do with it what you want if you wanted, but we can put your name, email address, telephone number. Just gives a brief overview. Affordable health plans for you. Put your name and phone number on it. Website. Put them in your car when you go out to lunch. Go to the mom and pop shop. They're the ones trying to keep their employees happy. Another thing about these products in the group arena, if you will, the products are guaranteed renewable to your consumer until age 65. They can jump on and jump off anytime they want. We're not going to cancel them for any reason other than non-payment. So they actually don't even need to do anything. If they buy this at 40, they can keep the health plan up to 65. The accident plan goes to 75, I believe. So I do my own stunts. I tell people that all the time. Luckily, I've not been hurt, but I trip and fall. I've been doing it for years, and I'm excited that the accident plan is going to take me through age 75.
Look, I got one big question, and I forgot to ask this. How do the prescriptions come into play with you guys?
Prescription is a reimbursement. So the benefit is listed in the brochure. So on a 3-unit, it pays $30. So the consumer is tasked with finding the best price, right? It doesn't matter where they get it. Canada, Mexico, Mark Cuban, single source, doesn't matter. They go to the pharmacy, they show their card or code, they pay for the prescription, and then they submit a one-page claim online if they want to get their full benefit. So if they look at GoodRx and their prescription is $5, they go pay the $5, submit that, they're getting $30 back.
I remember you saying something about it earlier, but I wasn't sure. So that I get it. Yeah. And that goes in your $250,000 bucket or whatever you choose.
I don't think that counts towards that. Okay. That's a great question, though. I would probably have to ask that. I didn't think that it counted towards it.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? If not, we'll see her next Thursday. And if you have questions in between then, my manager's on this call. Why don't we keep my managers? If you're okay with this, when we end, go to Coach White's room and let's just have a quick meeting about this compensation, all the different cool things and how we can really start promoting this. So we're going to close this meeting out today. Thank you so much for being on. I think we had almost 40 people on today.
I see that. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me too.
Love it. Love it. So congratulations, Jamie. That's your best team ever joining you.
I can see it. I see the work ethic, and you know, the young man you talked about driving Uber or DoorDash. It's the people who are willing to do what others aren't that are going to succeed. Kudos to him for going out and get that, because I have agents call me all the time. I need leads. I need leads. Oh, you know, you don't have to go now to find somebody who's struggling with health insurance. It's a conversation. Start it, and who knows? Do the things no one else is willing to do.
Can I point out something real quick about the leads?
Yep.
Can I something real quick? Okay, so y'all saw me pull up that you can look up the doctors to see who's all in network. All you have to do is just call those doctors' office, make sure that they're still in our network. And if they are, they say, great. I was like, okay, would you guys like to offer this to, you know, have it for yourselves or offer it to your office? And then there's a way to get your own generated leads by already sourcing to the people that already uses it.
We have a lady at Washington Hospital that sends clients here on the weekly. And I have a flyer that you can, if you get permission, you can in their office that says we offer, and you could put your cards there.
Let's address that next Thursday in our training, and maybe how we can put this. So that's the first thing we want to do is we're going to work on getting everybody contracts. And Jamie, how long does it take to get a contract? That's a huge question in what we do.
24 to 36 hours, I'm getting writing numbers back. I have a spreadsheet that we would just fill out, submit to home office. It is a DocuSign link. You fill that out online, attach your E&O, hit submit, it goes back, they process it, we issue a writing number, and you have access on your portal.
Okay. The next question, if you do not have a health license, you have to have health. So if you got life, great, but you add health to it.
Absolutely.
I've got links. I can send you. It's $49 for the study course. Get in there and study, get it done in 2 weeks. It took me 3 days from when I did mine. So you could do it. If Coach White can do it in 3 days, you can too. Go in there and study, reach out to me, put in chats if you need that study course. We'll send it over to you, and get your health license. Guys, we love you. Thank you so much for being on this call. We're going to close this meeting out today. We'll see you again next Thursday with health. You guys have a great weekend. Me and my wife are going to go celebrate on you guys.
That's
and
awesome.
Thank you so much. That was totally unexpected. I love every one of you. You know what that, and I appreciate all of you and what you do. Let's meet in Coach White's room for my managers. And
thank you, everyone. It was nice to meet you all.
Bye, guys.
If anybody needs questions or whatever, I did put my phone number and email in the chat. I'm actually going to be kind of out of the office for the next 3 days, including today, because I have to go do SWAT. Yep. And so just shoot me a text. If I don't respond to you right away, please don't be mad. I will, get to you. I promise.
Leanne, look at your